Hello everybody, welcome to Spark Chris Inspiration. I am absolutely obsessed with these cards recently because they make so much sense. And I've always been fascinated by this psychology of behaviorisms and why all of a sudden we can feel confident as hell, like take on the entire world one moment, and then a slight dig, a trigger or something can set us right back down at the bottom of that, heap of despair and wonder and doubt and all of that. And so we have to constantly ask ourselves, am I letting fear stop me from asking that person out, for asking for that raise, for going it alone in my business? And congratulations, Lourdes, too. I was so happy to hear that. One of my beautiful clients and soul sisters from way back is now establishing her own company. And I tell you what, it's like, talk about somebody who is just soaring into the future with a wise mind and an open heart. It is definitely your destiny to succeed. And I feel like that's what's happening for a lot of us. But we have to ask ourselves that, right? We're going to get to this in a moment, but I want to just zoom in on these and really pay attention to this, because the question is, are you experiencing a mountain of fear right now? Are you stalling, freezing, or giving up? The juicy secret is you're the boss of fear. You are unstoppable, but it's up to you to see this by taking action. Today, be brave and do it scared. Choose one fear and move through it. You are in need of a hero, and that is who you will become. Now, this is really interesting to me because this is like what I've really been basing a lot of my stuff over on Instagram and everything that has been coming my way to help me as well. On the larger channel, I'd love for you guys to go over there and check it out. It's talking about those beautiful hypnotic suggestions where we just refill. Let me give you an example. When you're sitting still and you're just staring at something, or you first open your eyes in the morning, what usually tries to creep in? It's probably doubt and fear or worry, right? About money, how much you have to do, if you're going to have the energy to do it. This is us putting in a new recording for ourselves. I need a quick sip of water. And ever since I've been doing this, you guys, it has been working wonders. I feel like I have enough time for everything. I don't rush. I slow my roll. I breathe. I look at things through a very healthy perspective, which is a very abundant and flow state mindset. It's like it'll come, because in the past I would always pressurize myself. You always need to be producing and going and whatever. That's who you are. That's how you're worthy of good things. It's simply not true. We're not put on this earth to be a freaking mad conductor of productivity. It burns us out and we don't enjoy life when that happens. So let's flip that coin over and say, hey, what really makes me laugh and have a good time and I enjoy, and I'm going to implement it throughout the day. So, I take breaks, I rest, I make sure I'm nourished mentally and otherwise. That way we have a longer bandwidth for ourselves and others, and we kind of achieve what we're doing in a healthy kind of rhythm, as opposed to trying to go and also live up to these weird obligations of others. Like, I don't like to feel obligated. And if I ever feel obligated to do something, I question that. Like, who makes me feel that way and why? And it's usually a narcissist or somebody that wants immediate gratification or wants something. And, I put them at the bottom of the list. If somebody is disrespectful of my boundaries and time, guess what? You move to the end of the queue, that sort of thing. So let go of that. When you catch yourself sitting and having a quiet moment, that's why people are always occupying their time too. Devices, and they tune out to their real feelings because they don't want those fears, doubts, and worries to pop in. But you can replace those and go, guess what? This isn't the real I'm playing in my head today. I want a beautiful assortment of what can I do and create, and how can I feel good, and where can I go in my head or otherwise that make me feel really great, right? Absolutely. What boundaries need to be created or strengthened within my relationships? This is huge because as givers or light workers, a lot of you out there know what this is like. Somebody asking for our help and going, oh, well, I could just help that person real quick. I could research this and help them out. But what happens is sometimes people feel like if you give advice or help them out over and over, for free, even if that's part of your profession, what happens is they start to take that for granted and they can push over on those boundaries. Like anything, if you're talented and people ask your advice on something, if you're an actor and they're like, oh, can I read these lines with you? And then they just keep popping up, oh, can I do this and that? Because you've done it before and you've done it for free, they sometimes feel like they are now obligated to your time. So it's one of those things you need to set up your boundaries. This can be for children. This can be for family too. You just end up picking up their room, doing their dishes, doing whatever. And then all of a sudden you're relegated to that position. So you need to back it up and get those boundaries back in place, right? To create more healthy boundaries, we must first get in tune with our own needs, our desires, and feelings. And this Libra, that Libra full moon opened the door for this, because it really was, let's get that oxygen mask on our face first, breathe, and then assess what's going on. What is fair in our realm and kingdom? And it's certainly not giving the majority of our time and effort for somebody else's issues or gain, right? We really are setting ourselves up and watching out our bandwidth so we're not stretched too thin and all of that. It's one of those things, we have to believe we're worthy of them. In relationships, it's essential to know where they end and where you begin, right? That you are not somebody's dog's body, you are not somebody's maid, you are not somebody's agony aunt. And we really do need to look into that. And it's one of those things where people do really respect us even more when we have boundaries and we say no, because then we're kind of like a whole complete person. And then they can also gauge like when enough is enough as well, because some people, they just never know. If they're the everlasting gobstopper, here, they don't know that they've stepped over a boundary. They don't know, and then all of a sudden resentment builds up and people blow up because of that. So this is about reassessing and being like refilling your cup and being in a good headspace and doing things when you're available to do them wholeheartedly and with good natured availability, right? Just, we have to be careful, as givers and caretakers and family and wives and husbands and whatever we are, that we don't just give the whole hog and then feel drained and resent, because that's definitely what boundaries, when they are knocked over, that's what happens. So when we separate our energy from others, we gain clarity. And this does, as empaths also have a struggle with this. We do have to separate. When they're anxious, we want to fix and help that. But then we are also anxious and living in that. We have to have a healthy detachment. That is their energy. I'm going to be over here and have a healthy observe, but also a healthy detachment. So if and when I can help, I can do it in a healthy perspective, right? If you're an empath, you can still be compassionate towards others without taking on their stuff. It's safe to trust that you are not here to fix anyone. And sometimes that happens. It's like, if people ask for help and you can do it with beautiful detachment and gratitude, then that's perfect. But also, you don't have to do it immediately. That's the weird sense that a lot of us get. Oh, let me help right away. No, we need to be able to be in a head frame where we're able to do this. And our mantra is, I have everything I need within me now, and so do they. I am worthy of my needs, and I set boundaries based on what's best for me. Hallelujah, right? And I'm just going to pull one tarot. Look at this. Of course, this came up. It's perfect. And this speaks to us being rich and happy in our own sovereignty, making choices that impassion us and that we love and we feel good about, and we have fire behind and we have drive. Because guess what? That is right time, right headspace, right place kind of energy. That's what the King of Wands is. I have great energy. I have determination. It's like charisma and fire and fortitude and power behind what I do, say, think, and feel. However, there is always a time. Again, we have our ebbs and flows during the day. I love this because this also speaks to me of where are our rhythms, and are we working naturally with them, right? Like, I know mine, midday, I love to do reads. I love to go for walks. I have a good pop of energy. There's a freshness. I haven't taken on too much, and I still feel, like I can do anything. So that's when I like to do reads, because I feel like it's a purified energy. I like to study and relax late in the evening, because I feel like my day is closing out and now there's nothing else that is pressing, and I can study this and learn this and develop a new sense of understanding of something. Early morning, first thing, I like to meditate and come to terms with how to get in the best headspace, kind of like a nesting and preparation and getting a good vibration, and I know those are my rhythms. I do not like to jump right into the day and start talking and problem solving when I first wake up. It's one of those things where I like to ease into the day. So recognize your rhythms. I'd love for you guys to journal that too. Like, at 10 a.m. I feel really good. That's a good exercise time. Start to journal, or if you're doing something, be like, this made me feel off today. What time was it, and what was I doing? And had I nourished my body, mind, whatever it is, and start to pay attention to your cycles, because this is huge. The King of Wands knows when his power packed energy is and uses it to ask and do the things that take vitality and stamina, right? And that's what you're going to do as well. So I'm really excited, you guys, and that is your daily pop. You guys are amazing. I love you. You guys are, you're conditioning yourselves for success, and I love it, and I can definitely feel that. So love and light. I'm going to go upload.